When you think about it,
Hmm?
the lack of a higher power makes us our own gods in a moral sense. I mean, Noam Chomsky in his Poverty of the Stimulus theory will argue that moral relativism doesn't make any sense because we're not exposed to enough cultural information as children with which to extrapolate a full moral and cultural code from without at least a predisposition to some form or another of morality already ingrained into our brains.
Wade, I don't care about...
But what does that even mean in the cosmic sense? So what, we have some universal DNA for morality such that any set of rules we create on how we should treat each other is not 100% socially constructed, but at least partially biological in nature? Well, that's hardly an answer that gives us any sort of comfort, right? And how does that negate the truth that there is no ultimate right or wrong in the world?
God damn it, you're annoying.
Even if we take Chomsky's universal moral code, if I may, to the heart, what does that represent? So what, humans have some shared moral common denominators that are independent from culture? Does that mean we can define with certainty what is right and wrong? Does that mean there is absolute good or bad in this world, and we can define it much like religion tries to do? I would say the answer to these questions is a resounding no. I mean, even among people of the same culture, there is so much disagreement over what constitutes moral behavior. Here in America, for instance, we have people who still think it's wrong for gay couples to get married. And look hard enough, you'll find people who think interracial marriage is wrong. And this is 2016.
For fuck's sake, Wade, this is the second time this week that...
My point is, sure, there may be some common biological denominator laying the foundation of moral behavior for all of us, but that doesn't negate moral relativism. We still have no God telling us for certain what is right and what is wrong, so we have to decide for ourselves, even if some biology takes a role. 200 years ago, slavery was considered right. 100 years ago, it was considered morally acceptable for a woman not to vote. The point, of course, is that there is no absolute right or wrong in this world. Even if biology does play some role, there is still enough room for maneuvering that we can't say for certain whether one thing is right or wrong. All we can say is, I consider this right and this wrong based on who I am as a person and the way I was made by my cultural influences, which I have no control over.
Fuck you, Wade.
Which means, of course, that it wasn't wrong for me to eat your cupcake last night without asking you. To say that something is right or wrong would be to negate the philosophy of morality itself, Tess.
You could have just asked.
Nothing is wrong or right. Me eating your cupcake might be wrong from your culturally partial point of view, but in the eyes of the cosmos, it's just indifferent.
I'm not paying for your philosophy classes anymore.